Hi guys, welcome back to Dudes and Don'ts. With us we have the infamous Matthew Giuffrida.
What's up?
Hi, welcome.
Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So, can you just tell us what the forecast is?
Give us the
It was
forecast.
the forecast. Well, listen, on my way here, I don't know if you noticed, but when I got out, my back was moist because it's super hot outside, right? Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about the weather, but it's quite chaude, as they say in Greece, you know.
It's like no one knows what the fuck they're doing anymore.
Let's just give them the do's and don'ts.
But yeah, pretty much it's warm outside. It's hot.
Good. It's good for Quebec.
Good for Quebec, exactly. We're killing it.
And that was Fratelli forecast of today.
Exactly. There we go.
Great.
So, I mean, you and I met you a while ago.
Yeah.
I met you at a fundraiser for leukemia and lymphoma.
Yeah.
And you've done a lot of those.
Yeah, well, I mean, certain fundraisers, whatever I can kind of get into in terms of fundraising and helping out, then yeah, I'll try to, if I can. Can't spread myself too thin, but I mean, whatever I can get into, I will. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I'm working with the Positive guys, also with the Lighthouse Foundation, with the Italians of Montreal and Friends. So yeah, just try to do as much as I can.
And what are you doing with the Positive guys?
Positive guys, right now what my, we'll say, job is to create a weekly motivational, inspirational video. And yeah, that's pretty much that. And now I'm also a part of their podcast as a weekly member and stuff. So always it's the Positive guys. So it's gotta be as positive as
Positive vibes. We love that. Yeah. Always. Yeah. Okay, I'm actually curious. What made you start doing impressions and making characters and all that stuff?
I've always been a fan of impressions and acting ever since I was a kid. And I used to take theater classes and improv classes when I was younger. And then I kind of stopped. I did one McDonald's audition, and I bombed it terribly. Yeah. So picture I'm this I don't know how old I was when I was 13, 14, and I get the audition and there's lines and everything. And I remember it was for the Olympics, and I get there and the audition is with other kids. So it's me and 3 other kids. We're sitting around a table, and my job, they're hey, you're the main guy, and it's in French. And I was oh shit. Can we swear on the podcast?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, all right, cool. I forgot to ask.
You have no idea. We have no idea. We're good.
All right, okay, I wasn't too sure. But yeah, so I had to pick up the fry and I had to say to Sidney Crosby, the greatest hockey player of all time. And I forgot the lines, just blank. So here I am just with this fry in my hand, sweating, and everyone's looking at me, and I'm and the guy's okay, it's okay, calm down, just make it as if just mention your family members, your grandmother's name, and then I'm obviously forget all my family members' names, so I'm just so nervous. They're it's okay, yeah, we'll call you back. And came out and my parents were there, and I was well, I got ice cream though, so that was cool.
Okay, at least there's always a positive to every negative.
Exactly. But so then I kind of stopped, and then I fell upon Gary Vee, and basically he kind of I saw one of his videos, and I just said, you know what, with social media now, let me just dive right back into acting. It's what I'd like to do, genuinely. And so I just started using Instagram, Facebook, and all the platforms as my portfolio. Mm-hmm. But then I just kind of realized that, you know what, this can actually be its thing on its own, right? So that's kind of where I'm at now.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's so good.
And you've come quite a long way from your little McDonald's hiccup, I would say.
Yeah, 10 years ago, more than that, 11 years ago. So it's... Sorry, I'm going to keep fixing my earphones because these ones, they keep falling out. They're not AirPods. They're cheap.
Don't worry about it.
Cheap Dollarama earphones.
You're chilling.
Yeah, and I think so. There's been...
you definitely have. I know, my family is a fan. We're very
My
Italian.
dad's a huge... When I get home, man, he's going to be so proud of this little podcast.
Awesome. This morning I told my father, he's wow, that's amazing. Tell him I say hi.
For sure. I'll tell him I say hi back. It's on the record here.
It's on the record. Big end. Oh, great. Okay. And so do you have any genuine inspirations, or you just kind of make them up on the top of your head, or...
in terms of the videos,
because you have a lot of different characters. You have Martin, you have Sal, you have Fratelli Forecast. So when you come up with these characters, is it just like you're chilling around the house off the top of your head, you start doing an impression, and you're like, this could work?
Yeah, so I think from what I've realized now is that it's always been the accent first, and then the character is created for the accent, right? Because before Martin, it was, if you scroll back down, it was like Sylvain the scientist, and same accent, just this other guy who was like a half-assed, like Bill Nye the Science Guy, but like a Fugazi.
Yeah.
Bill Nye the Science Guy, exactly, you know? And that didn't really work, and then the elections came, and I built Martin up, and that worked, and it's just stuck ever since. So I guess, yeah, it's pretty much just the accent first, then
the character.
Yeah, and then like there's always like accents. There's so many of them, so it's just like there's so many characters available, I guess, to create. Yeah. But yeah, and in terms of videos, to be honest, I don't know. People ask that all the time, like, how do you create a skit, a video, the idea? I'll just be sitting there and I get this idea, or I'll use a word, or I'll use like Eska, and it's like, okay, cool, yeah, this is gonna be the next video. It's me, Eska, and then I just start building it.
That's a talent, because it takes us like a solid week to like come up with a good episode, and like we're mostly inspired by like the things around us, I guess, but not like immediate, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it takes us
Which character was the first? Like, what made you take off? Like, what went viral? Martin?
I want to say it's a mix between Martin and Brother. Because Brother Montreal Italians had shared one of those videos, the Brother ones, and that kind of spiked it. But then after when Martin came in, it was a whole other, because it was very relevant with the whole elections that were going on and everything. So I'd say both Martin and Brother, but more so Martin to get that explosive takeoff, I guess.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite? Like because you create these characters, and this is not Matthew anymore that we're talking to. This is Sylvain. This is Brother. Like, do you have a favorite?
That's so hard to answer that question. I like them each. Like, Brother is just super fun to just go crazy and make up his own language, right? So that's fun in that sense. Martin is super fun to just like let out all that steam and anger and just like yell at the camera for 3 minutes straight. And then Sal is Tony Soprano. I mean, I love The Sopranos, and
I feel that.
Yeah, the Tony Soprano is the. I love the character, and it's just my way of just like paying tribute and just my way of like fantasizing about playing a role like that. So yeah.
Well, maybe one day, you never know. Yeah. If that's your goal, you never know. Yeah. And is there a platform that you prefer making your content for? So like now with TikTok, I know like my dad, not for nothing, obsessed with TikTok, like watched it all the time and always comes upon your videos because I would assume like because he likes them or whatever. So I know that you've been popular on that now. So like, is there one that you prefer?
To be honest, I would say anything that I can kind of film landscape. So I like TikTok because like quicker videos work well on there, but in terms of like filming wise, like to make like a movie or something, like YouTube, you can blow it up on your screen, or Facebook, the same thing. So when I film something, I intend it to be put on a bigger screen, right? Versus like TikTok, which is just kind of like a portrait or like but those do really well, if not do better than all the other ones. So
that's what I was like thinking, because now it's such a big thing, and like the attention span of some people are just not.
You know what's amazing though with you, I find, is that every single age group knows who you are. So I could speak to teenagers, they'll know you. I could speak to people my parents' age, they'll know you. And I find it crazy because so many other people, the content that they put out only reaches a certain age bracket. But with you, it's such a wide range.
Yeah, I guess.
Very relatable material.
Yeah, and I think that has maybe one of the reasons for that is just because like I'm on the platform, like I'm on Facebook, and Facebook you won't find
the older people.
TikTok is a very different, I guess generation of people that are on Facebook and TikTok are very different. So, but the fact that you just put it on everything, I guess that's kind of reaches. But then again, like Martin is not like Martin. What he's saying is targeted more towards the older people, but then the way he acts is more towards like the younger. Like, oh boy, look at this guy! He's just losing his mind. His face is turning red, and he's sweating, and he's just losing his mind, right? So
yeah. Well, I guess that's what you need, right? You need to find that variation to hit all age groups if you really want to.
Yeah, definitely. I think just hitting as many people as possible is the goal, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, that's definitely the goal.
That's for sure. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So I have a question.
Yes. When it starts with
no. It's just that you have now this comedy reputation. Mm-hmm. So do you find that at times people, I don't want to insult you, but do you find that like they'll take you like?
I'm already insulted. I'm just letting you both know.
Are you kidding me? I didn't even get half.
Getting up, he's leaving halfway through.
But do you just find it that sometimes when you're trying to be serious, they'll just make like a comedy out of it, and like it'll, like, besides these people that you've created, because these are extensions of you, but like, who are you? Like, are you a serious guy? Are you a jokester? Like, who is Matthew Giuffrida?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh yeah,
We got deep stuff.
Yeah, no, that's a very good question. Yeah, I think maybe my only like hesitation regarding that would be the fact that like when it does come, because like I do like commercials and stuff, right?
Yes, I've seen.
So like when it comes to the business side of things, I do like to be professional,
Taken seriously.
And it's not just. And then you got some people who are like, oh well, he makes like skits. Like it's a skit. Like turn on the camera and you make a skit, and it's like it's not that. There's more behind it. It's not just like, oh, just create a video and that's it. Because like every video can have a repercussion or whatever it may be. But I mean, it's just like there's a lot more thought that goes into it. And what you see is the final product and whatever it is. But no, I think I'm able to portray both sides. I think pretty well when it comes time to be serious and I guess business oriented or whatever it is. Like I'll play that role. I guess it's another role I'm gonna play. And when it comes time to be funny and stuff, then it's time to be funny. So I guess that, I don't know if that answers your question.
Do you have like a regime, like something that you do? I don't know that word, but something that you do.
I feel like you were trying to hit a word that you had no idea what it
no
meant.
idea what.
You're like,
no,
do you have a regime?
Like a skincare regime. That's what I meant, but not a skincare one. I meant like, do you...
L'Oreal. I'm just, if you're asking.
You have the skincare routine. The light is just bringing out all your beauty, Matthew.
All the pores, you mean? The pores and just the pores and all that.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit intimidated. The beautiful stay winning.
Exactly. No, but do you have like something that you do to snap into character, or you're just like, okay, it's filming day, like let's do it, and then you just turn into your...
I think for the main characters, like Martin and Sal Brother, are just kind of like, I've done them so often that I can just kind of go into them. Other characters, maybe it will take a little more time to kind of snap into it. But however, there is sometimes where like I'll be doing something or like a monologue and it's not working out, where there I just, for some reason, I just kind of like, I stop and I just like take a couple deep breaths and just say like, hey, this is like, we're in Brother, what would Brother do right now? And then and that for some reason always just is what the next take or the second one after is generally the one that I'll pick and I'll get it done. So I guess it's just really just putting myself in the, like, pretend like, hey, that this is Brother, like he is a person and that's it. And let's go with it.
That's amazing. Yeah, because me and Amanda usually just drink before and then we call it in.
She's exposing us right now. Look at the Smirnoff chilling right there, actually.
Oh shit.
I think we're joking.
Yeah, this water tastes a little funny. I was like, oh, you guys
oh, sorry. We wanted to spice it up a little bit today on YouTube. Okay, so just because we're a little bit of a dating podcast, a little bit of one.
A little bit.
We're a dating podcast, and because we're a little bit nosy, Matthew. Yeah, and we did a little bit of digging before you arrived.
Okay, so we got some information. We heard that you're recently cuffed up.
Recently cuffed up, yeah.
You're recently cuffed up.
I learned that term like a couple, like 2 months ago.
Really?
Like, yeah, it was like cuffed. I'm like, everyone was talking about cuffed. I was like, what the fuck is cuffed?
Well, you are.
And then now I understand.
It's a recent thing. Like, you've been dating her. It's recently?
Yeah, March 23rd.
Wow. Nice, yeah. Nice. And did you guys meet in person, through social media?
Yeah. Yeah, so we met, there was that show, Joe and Mary's Wedding show that we were doing, and that started last year in like 2019 at the beginning, and that's where we first met, and from there on, just our friendship grew. And
you started off as friends.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I mean, like, I guess if you want to say, start off as like work colleagues, like for the show.
Okay.
And then yeah, whenever she'd come to Montreal, we'd hang out or whatever. And then like, she's also an actress and model and everything. So like, I would help her out with like running lines or for auditions and stuff. And then yeah, that just kind of grew. And then after this time around, when we did the show again, we did one in Toronto and stuff. So like, it just kind of grew from there, and we just kind of saw that it worked. It made sense.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Would you say she's a lot like you, or a lot opposite? Like, give me a little bit, like a little bio, quick.
I think so. Like I know people say like, oh, opposites attract, but in this sense, it's like we're both like the same in terms of like, you know, our work ethic, and the fact that like the whole like, you know, like jealousy sort of thing. But yeah, no, we're definitely alike, and I think that helps a lot because in this industry, I guess you need.
She's probably very understanding of things that a girl that wasn't in that type of work.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
For sure.
Yeah.
It takes a lot. You have to be very secure about your relationship and about yourself to be with somebody that's so like big on a media platform, I think. Yeah, for sure. And okay, where'd you take her on your first date?
Yeah, so the first date, this is interesting because again, so like I said, we started dating March 23rd, which was pretty much
Prime COVID.
Yeah, so we made it official March 23rd, and then literally, I think she was in Montreal, and then we went back to, she went back to Toronto, and then from there, it was just, they announced the lockdown. So everyone had to stay home, so we're just...
Because she lives in Toronto.
In Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then we're just kind of like, well, what are we going to do? And this lasted about a month or so. And then, and then after that, like, then we started, like, she came to Montreal, and I went to Toronto, back and forth and stuff, and then I could say, like, our first, like, I guess, we still haven't had this date yet, really. Because then after, whenever...
When it happened.
Exactly. And then but, like, even when we're with each other, it's a lot of work, you know, we'll be doing, like, auditions, we'll be doing stuff, whatever it may be, and basically, the first kind of, like, night, we went to a place in Toronto. It was called Drom, DROM, like this Russian place for drinks. I had a Jack, not a Scotch 7, Jack rum and Coke, rum and Coke with an espresso shot that they put inside.
Never had that. How was that?
Yeah, you could pass up on that.
Yeah,
it was. Interesting.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. Like, have you ever had a hot shot? A hot shot is basically espresso with a type of
Liquor?
like liquor inside, and it tastes like an espresso, but it's like it gets you.
Yeah. So like I've had stuff like that, or like it was like an Irish coffee, or I don't know what else there is, but like on vacation they do those, you know, where they put stuff in the coffee, not coffee in the drink, which was a little interesting.
Yeah, that is so weird.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was like our first, like, you know, we got dressed up and we went out that night, and that was that. But like, yeah, soon for an official proper date. I'm in the works. I'm plotting.
Okay, good.
You have to make it big now.
Oh, for sure.
You have to make it a grand
fireworks, the whole.
Yeah, for sure. Well, at least now it's gonna be simpler, right? Because now you guys could travel, right?
For sure. Yeah. We have been back and forth, and it's just like even the laws are different in Toronto and Montreal in terms of the whole COVID thing. Yeah, here we've been allowed in the restaurants eating without our masks for like 2 months. You still can't eat in Toronto inside.
Oh.
Yeah, you can only eat on the patio, and and you can go inside if you have a mask, but it's a whole thingy. So it's a lot more lenient here in Montreal.
I would not think. I guess maybe because there's a lot of cases.
Wait, I have a question. I didn't know that she actually lived in. I didn't know this, but so. Is it you mostly going there? Is it her mostly coming here? Is it hard? I would imagine it's really hard.
It's Toronto, so it's like 6
hours.
Depends how fast you drive.
Whoa, criminal! How fast are you going?
I did it in 4 hours and a half. Wow. It was time efficient. Just.
Who am I sitting next to right now?
Cut that so the
it's
Formula One driver on my left.
It's not 6 hours. It's 5. Like if we Google it right now, it's like 5 hours and 12 minutes, 5 hours and 15 minutes.
Okay, Vin Diesel. Okay.
Yeah. Fast 9, right? That just I'm ready.
Hi, Matthew's mom.
So I mean. Where was I going with this? Yeah, Toronto, back and forth is difficult. Yes and no, I guess you could say. Obviously, it would be easier if we were in the same city, but we make it happen, and it's kind of like an even balance of like, you know, coming, like I'll go there, she'll come here.
Do you like it? Do you like Toronto?
I like Toronto. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's so like everything to get to, like, you got to take a highway to go to a washroom practically. It's like no, it doesn't make sense. It's But she's in a good area, so she's close to everything, so it's cool. And when I have the car down there, it just makes everything so much easier.
For sure.
So
I can imagine. So yeah, now I'm curious. She doesn't get jealous when you like when other girls. I'm sure you get like DMs.
You get stopped. Look, we became like friends because I stopped you, and I was like, I watch your videos. Hi, I'm Amanda. So does she get a bit annoyed when these things happen?
Never.
No.
So
she's very understanding of it.
Yeah, very understanding. And again, she has her moments as well, right? She in 2017 she won Miss Hong Kong. So she had her
Fuck me up.
Mind blown. So congratulations to her. That's amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing. And so again, she gets her DMs and her
I can imagine
for sure, and and her it's more so like in Toronto, and when it comes to Montreal, I'm more so in Montreal, but like the whole like jealousy thing, it's like a both like I that needed to be a factor, because you can't get stopped, and then like who are they? Do you know them? It's like I don't know them. Like I'm not like they watch the videos, they just want to say hi, and then that's basically it. If you get DMs, a DM is a DM. I try my best to answer everyone, which I'm slacking a little bit on right now, but I try my best to answer everybody, and that's it. Like if it's just a hi, that's it. Like there's no. Yeah, like the trust definitely needs to be there, and especially with long distance, right? You're not like.
I like personally, I don't know if I would be able to do it. Maybe if I fell in love, I think that tip my hat off to you, because it's. Thanks.
Yeah, it's not for everyone.
It's
not for everyone. So like you have the long distance for one, and then you also have the fact of the industry, right? If it was long distance, but you have your stuff that you're doing, then okay. But I mean, because of the industry, the type of work. Plus long distance, but it's.
I'm happy that you're happy.
I'm very happy too, actually.
It's amazing.
So my only thing, this might be a little bit quick to ask because you've only been dating since March, but your business opportunities stem from here.
Yeah.
Hers stem from there. Yeah. But in like the future, like I'm talking like future, do you see yourself moving there?
Or her
moving here if things get super, super serious?
So we've kind of spoken about this already.
Okay, good. So it's not like she's
gonna be watching this and be like, "You go, Amanda. You fucking asked that
question." So we have spoken about this, and I think we're both like we're both under not the impression, but like we both believe, and we're both dead set on like, listen, if we're doing this, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna make it big, and we're both going to be successful in that sense, to the point where like we won't have to worry about is it Toronto, is it Montreal. Like I told her, like I want to be at a level where we could be living in LA and there's an opportunity in Toronto. Well, you buy the ticket and you come to Toronto and you stay here 2 days and you come back. Like that's my mentality of like where I want to be eventually. Not that like, okay, we have to pick one place to settle down and that's it. It's like we'll have a place in Toronto and a place in Montreal.
That's it. Make the bag.
Exactly. It's like why do we have to make exactly? So basically, like even in the positive guys, the sort of like idea of like limiting yourself, sort of thing. Like why does it just like Montreal or Toronto, right? It could just be like it doesn't have to be just one. It could be both, and it could be many other places, sort of thing. So that's where my mentality is, and it's like So that's kind of like I'm not too worried about like is it gonna be Toronto? Is it gonna be Montreal? It could be Toronto. But have a place here in Montreal and come back or whatever. I think I want to be everywhere, sort of thing. I want to be all over the place.
Amazing. That's definitely the dream.
Yeah.
And okay, you said Miss Hong Kong, so she lived in Hong Kong, or she was
she was born in Vancouver, and then she moved to Hong Kong for like 10 years, and then she came back, and then when she applied for Miss Hong Kong, she went back for about a year.
Wow.
That's so impressive. Like that's amazing.
Yeah,
I was just crazy.
Like,
Wow.
But I have to like publicly thank you for that little pep talk you gave me. The first day that we released our first episode and I got all that hate and I didn't know who to turn to, and I came to you and I was like, Matt, like, I don't think I could do this. I don't know how you do this. I don't know how you put up with the hate. And then you gave me like that big, like, you even gave me to look at that guy's account.
Yeah, Gary V.
Yeah. And I looked at him and his message, and you were like, "You're gonna be okay." And if it wasn't for you, I would have stopped that podcast that day.
She called me that day, and she was like, "I'm done." And I'm like, "Don't be done. We just started.
Yeah.
See." And she's like, "I'm done. And then literally an hour later, she calls me back. She's like, "Okay, I'm good." What happened in like an hour? Yeah. And then she told me, so thank you, because if not, she wouldn't be here anymore.
My pleasure. And it's like I told you, the hate, the more, if you're getting hate, you're doing something right. It's a messed up type of way of thinking about it. It's like, you think like you get positive feedback, you do, but which I'm assuming, which you guys definitely do get. You said you get DMs about like next topics. That's people are wanting to listen to you, so that's fantastic. But when you get the hate, it's that people are jealous and they want to bring you down, but they can't bring you down if you're not up, I guess you could say, right? So being that you're already up, just you ignore those people. And
this was Amanda's first time in like the public eye. So I was like, Amanda, it's gonna happen, like we're gonna get hate, don't worry. She's like, no, I'm done. She's like, it's over.
She's like, how come when Matthew tells you it's gonna be okay, you believe it, but when I tell you it's gonna be okay, you don't listen?
I wasn't enough in the like spotlight for her to take my fucking advice, but I'm happy that you gave her some.
I just really wanted to thank you for that.
No, it's my pleasure, and I love this, like podcasts, anything social media wise, because there's so much opportunity, and just to stop it because of some hate is like, no, not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Well, thanks very much. We very much appreciate it.
And thank you for being on today's episode.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. This is awesome. It's my first, I guess.
It's your first time being a first?
As my first time being a first, is it? I think so.
Well, we'll just claim it like that.
Yeah, we'll claim it like that. Yeah.
So we took your first. Well, I don't want to say
first time.
We popped your first podcast cherry.
Bingo. There we go.
Oh man! Oh, fucking love that for us.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's been great.
And we wish you much luck and success in the future.
Good luck with your career. Good luck with your superstar girlfriend.
Thank you.
Good luck with moving all over the world like everybody else dreams.
For sure. Thank you. And good luck to you guys as well. I'm very excited to see where you guys take it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew.
Very much. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Okay, so guys, like, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up. And also check out Matthew's Instagram, his TikTok. I'm going to link everything below. So that's
Thanks for watching, guys. We love you.
It's like no one knows what the fuck they're doing anymore.
Let's just give them the do's and don'ts.